Alright, so I'll do a little showcase what I've been doing. Literally smash my head against a brick wall to get even to this point. It's been a bloody battle, but it's all been awesome learning. So I've got the ship pretty much not rigged up in a sense of sailing, but rigged up with controls, very basic controls. This is what you call a blueprint. This gives some more buoyancy setting here. So this is the blueprint. Blueprint's kind of like coding, but way bloody easier. Dropping these things in here, the right things, and giving them values and directions and all that sort of stuff. So this is my controls here. So the A key will send it to its left. It's pivoting around the yaw, around the Z axis, and the D obviously goes to the right hand side. So when I push A, it gives it a value, a yaw value of -0.1, which is to the left, and then 0.1 to the right. And then when I release it, back to 0 for both of them. I've just got this here for debugging, just to make sure these controls are working. So if I go back into here and I was to push them, the words will come up here, and I know that it's actually firing. And if, obviously, like I had in the past, the ship still wasn't steering correctly, then I knew it wasn't the buttons and my coding, it's something else. So yeah, this has been a bit of a mission to get to this point. So there's my ship, the item there. This is all the materials for the ropes and the sails and blah blah blah, all the good stuff. What was I going to show? Oh, the buoyancy. So I said it. This is the whole point of this project. Is instead of animating the ship going up and down these waves with like keyframes of movement and position, you have to rock the boat up, set a keyframe, and then go along the timeline a little bit. So it's pretty hard. So this is a dynamic animation. So the point of this is to like do all this sort of stuff and set a whole bunch of stuff up behind the scenes, and then when you push the magical play button, it'll just go by itself. All the animations take place dynamically. So part of my dynamic animation is to obviously have the boat interact with the water. Buoyancy, so I can just push play and it'll float, which is pretty cool, like real time. Also the sails, I've made the sails interact, which this is quite a hectic thing. It's not necessarily going, it's supposed to be going with a wind direction, but the wind direction is kind of fake. It's just like a parameter, material parameter collection. Yeah, don't worry about that. So yeah, it's been a lot of hard work, but this is cool. This is sick. This is pontoons. So I've got a bunch of these. Obviously, I'll show you the ship. Don't worry about this. It's just having a bit of a spaz. So if I go to the top, go to wireframe, go to lit. This grid is obviously values of distance and position. So what you do is you set all these pontoons up along the length of the ship or whatever your vessel is, and you give them a position, the X position and the Y position. So the Y is the yellow, looks green. Down here it's yellow, that looks green. I'm color deficient, by the way, so don't worry about that. And red is the X axis and the Y axis. So 500 is about out here somewhere, and it's -500 as that is. So you put these pontoons, these are going to be the floating kind of parameters all the way along the length of the boat and stuff. So I've done 5 of them. Oh, 6 of them, sorry. 0 is included as 1. So yeah. And you give them, so like the negative, so the Z's the up and down. Z's the up and down. So negative 120 I think is about here, so it's kind of like the water line. I could probably adjust that because it does seem to sit a bit front heavy, and the water does go up over the cannons and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So whatever. And this is the radius, so you know, so it's like the size. So the bigger it goes, the more buoyancy value it's got. You know what I mean? So this all seems to work out. Then you can put like the damping, the drag coefficient, so like the resistance of this moving through the water. So it's really cool. There's so many parameters and stuff to play with, but this seemed to be the money for this. And setting up physics on the ship itself, simulate physics. This is not accurate at all, obviously, but to get the boat for its size and stuff like that floating well, that did it for me pretty much. Everything else is, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I thought I'd just show it. So the sails, you will see the sails puff out and deform according to which way the boat's going. I still need to kind of work on the wind direction force so that they actually interact with the wind direction. At the moment they're only going, I've just set it up to test it out along the Y axis. So the wind's obviously at the moment you'd see it pushing the waves in the direction they're going. And I think I've set it up right. So the sails will flap in the wind like they are going into the wind, and when I go with the wind, they'll puff out and take the wind and stuff. But you'll see I haven't done a very good job. It's what we call Vertex Painting. So this object has a whole bunch of like little dots that make up the mesh. And what you can do is you can paint them black. So black doesn't move. As you can see, it's not really moving. And white moves quite a bit. And obviously I've pinned them black here. I mean, in real life these would have ropes going down or whatever they do to hold them. But yeah, see, it's not moving here and it's moving freely all through here. So this is all completely white. This is black. And along there's black. So what I should have done is put like a nice gradient of it going from black slowly to white, and that would give it a nice rounded accurate looking sail. But as you'll see, I didn't do a very good job. So they go kind of square and a bit rough and stuff, but you know, it's just a bit of a test at the moment. If I get time, I'll do a better job on them and put a bit of a gradient in. But yeah, so I'll hit the magic play button to get the controls going, and I'll show you how she acts in the water. It's pretty cool to finally have it working. Oh, computer's having to think. There we go. So as you can see, it's got a bit of initial force in a direction, and she's sitting here a bit bow heavy. So this is me. I'm able to look around. It's going into wind. Sails are flapping, interacting with the water, which is really cool. Having a good old time. So what I can do now is I can hit the control and I can take over the controls of it. So I've got control of it now. The camera's at an angle. So we'll put her around. So as you see, the sails are starting to puff out a little bit now. And starting to take the wind. She's away. Obviously the flag at the top, I haven't fixed any of that stuff yet, so and then she's going. Surfing the waves. Just cool, eh? Like this sort of stuff, you know, playing around with real physics. Like you kind of, you know, try and mimic real physics, real world physics. I'll go around this way. And like this is just really cool, and to have it working, I've made up some new swear words, I'm pretty sure, by doing this project. It's just been, yeah, it's been pretty hardcore trying to figure things out myself, and then make progress is the big one. You know, it's hard to make progress when you're just trying to figure things out and clicking things and then trying this and testing that, you know what I mean? So to get to this point is really satisfying. And the ship looks really, really cool too. So yeah, so I think the next step forward would be doing like a wake. You know, so it's actually interacting. You can do like water foam and bits and pieces. Oh yeah, see the bow's getting a bit low in the water. Oh, by the way, I've sunk this ship so many times with trying to get the buoyancy correct. It's rolled over. It's, you know, gone straight to the ocean floor with me forgetting to enable physics and for the buoyancy to kick in and stuff like that. So yeah, for going forward, it'd be just fine tuning things and playing around with a few more things, and if I get time I'll fix the sails up, but yeah, I'm not really concerned about that. A bit of a tight deadline with getting the project handed in my documentation, but yeah, just thought I'd share this with you. The potential of making cool things these days, and still loving the 3D stuff. It's just an open world of just craziness and awesomeness and frustrations and wishing I never got into it at the same times. Yeah, it's bloody good. Actually, I wonder if I can beach it. Bear with me. Oh no, it's going to probably go a bit too slow. So I'm kind of going against the main force, or the fake wind direction, is actually working along the y-axis. So if I turn it into the x now, which I am, I'm still kind of going with the waves to an extent. I'm not actually really moving forward in a massive hurry. Unless I go with the waves and the wind force, it'll obviously send me in the right direction. But how long have we been going for? 12 minutes. We might be able to get there. If you're watching this video, maybe just fast forward this part. Don't you wish you had a little 15 horse outboard just to throw over the back and potter it in a bit faster? I can't tell. I'm trying to look at the land mass there. I'm actually getting a little bit closer, but it's more sending me in the sideways direction, I think. So what I could do too to make it a bit more accurate is I could go into the settings of the ship and lessen the dampening for the which one is it? There's two directional ones. There's a vertical, so there's an up and down dampening, so that when I go up the waves and down the waves, it sort of mimics going up and down slowly. Whereas if I had it turned off, it would like jump up and down quite fast. Yeah, I'm not going into land, am I? Doesn't look like it. No. So as I go side on, obviously the realistic thing would be that it would start rolling, and that's a dampening thing I've got turned up too, so I could potentially lower that and get it sort of. I have had it leaning though. When I turn, it seems to want to lean over, which is accurate, but you can't really tell from this camera angle. But yeah, that's kind of it, and yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Nah, just jokes. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool to show everyone where I'm up to with it. Pretty proud of it so far, and yeah, potentially it might evolve a bit more if I have the time. Yeah, cool beans. Looks like the pirate ship heading off to Never Never Land. I kind of always think that when I first start the project up, it's just a ship flying through the air. Off the scene. This is kind of funny too, to throw it and hit it into the... I should be able to do it real time as well. Just grab it. Boom. Cranking. On the dry dock. It's kind of what they used to do back in the old days anyway, wasn't it? To scrub the hull down. But yeah, obviously probably not quite like that. Oh, this is magic. See, that wind's catching. What's it gonna do? Just think. Yeah, I see the buoyancy's kicking in a little bit. I probably won't better roll it over. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Let's see if we can just sit down. Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Oh. Just thinking about it. I think she's going over. Yeah, she's going over. She's going down, Captain. Oh, yeah. Oh, the sails of the masts have hit the bottom. And she probably just stay like that because the buoyancy's still working, so yeah, she's toast. But beautiful, beautiful ship. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, cool.